A reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah. To whom will you compare me? Who is my equal? Says the Holy One. Lift up your eyes on high and see. Who created these? Who brings out their host and remembers them, calling them by name? Because he is great in strength, mighty in power. Not one is missing. Why do you say, O Jacob, and speak, O Israel? Why, my God, why my way is hidden from the Lord, and my right is disregarded by my God? Have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the faint and strengthens the powerless. Even youths will faint and be weary, and the young will fall exhausted. But those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like angels. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint.
There is an incoming transmission from Travis Temple.
On speaker.
Nathan, now that you're gone, you're everywhere. You're there in the way I watch the street patterns change, in the way I see the light strike a taxi's hood, in the way the shadows grow across a park, in the way I look at a brick wall and see worlds contained in the crevices that would once go unnoticed, and now hold my captivated stare as I consider how your eyes would dig beyond the surface of things, through them, and into the unbridled possibility of the imagined. You may be gone from the surface of this life, but I see you in the depths of everything. My brother, my friend, this is not a goodbye, because I will continue to seek you out in all things here. Until that time, I come to find you in the beautiful unknown. See you there.
A reading from Psalm 121. Read responsively by the half verse. I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where is my help to come? My help comes from the Lord,
the maker of heaven and earth.
He will not let your foot be moved.
And to he who watches over you will not fall asleep.
Behold, he who keeps watch over Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord himself watches over you,
The Lord is your shade at your right hand,
so that the sun shall not strike you by day,
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve you from all evil.
Indeed, he shall keep you safe.
The Lord shall watch over your going out and your coming in.
From this time forth, forevermore.
Sir, we have an incoming message.
Put them on the forward screen.
Aye, aye, Captain.
A reading from the second letter of Paul to Timothy. As for me, I am already being poured out as a libation. The time for my departure has come. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. From now on, there is reserved for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, righteous judge, will give me on that day. Not only to me, but also to all who have longed for his appearing. Word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
My mother would like me to read a passage from her book, Over the Mountain. It's written in the first person. The cover was designed by Nathan, specifically to fit the book, which is about family courage through faith. The book is written in a way to her beloved brother Tom, who she also lost too soon. Nathan Abbott Temple, the third in order of birth and first in expressive thought and creativity. He makes me think that you're talking to him, guiding him from afar, because Nathan loves science, fantasy, and fiction, and just plain science itself, the way you did. Plus, he draws to express himself the way you did. Nate creates massive and elaborate science fiction fantasy worlds in which his original art and storylines present interesting reading and enjoyment for others. His enthusiasm and joy for this is so great that he's been known to spend hours on end tweaking every little detail in a project that to anyone else's eyes was finished a long time ago. Nathan is very intelligent, even by, quote, smart people standards. I recall a time when he was bored with his childhood, so we arranged for him to join an adult strategy game group made up of engineers who met once a week to play. These guys pretty much figured they were doing Nathan a favor to include him, and sort of treated him like a pet dog. Well, they did that until one night, about 2 or 3 weeks into his adventure, Nathan came in and beat every one of them at every game they played until it was time to go home. Astonished, these engineers asked him what he was waiting for if he could play like that. I was studying your strategies and how you played, he said. He went on to say, how can I win if I don't know the enemy? They never underestimated it yet.
Nathan is also tall, pleased to be taller than Travis, but not wanting to ever be as tall as Tori. He's quiet in many ways, but also very passionate. Take his art, for instance. There's the time he was invited to attend an intimate youth event that was chaperoned over in Coronado Island. I don't think Nathan wanted to go very badly, but Bill and I encouraged him to attend, so he went. Most of the kids in attendance all talked about things for which Nathan couldn't have cared less. And then it happened. One of those guys, the type that is constantly out to impress others, started drawing a picture. Now that art, that interested Nathan, so he walked over to the table where the picture was being busily sketched out. Don't ever ask Nathan what he thinks of your art unless you really want to know, because he's going to tell you exactly what he thinks. And that's just what Nathan told the young teen. Well, it's got stuff wrong with it, but I guess it's okay. The huge ego of the artist was not pleased with the answer, so he said, I suppose you could do better. Show us, hotshot. He was sure that Nate would withdraw having failed, and Nate knew he would not do such a thing. Nathan talked about what was wrong, while he fixed, quickly repairing, and massively improving the cartoon art into something with dimension, depth, and interest. In addition, and like he cared, the other kids in the room were thinking Nathan was the art angel from heaven. Without knowing how it happened, he was the new center of attention. People are to this day easily impressed by his passion to be an artist. Yes, his natural talent was always there, but more than this, Nathan knows the value and importance of practice and patience. And he has always used both a lot. With those eyes that don't miss a thing and his quick, skilled left hand, well, guess what? All of us Temples are very proud of him. A Temple who has made a career out of being an artist, plus, I think he is good looking, but then I'm his mother.
There is an incoming transmission from Nick Temple.
Let's hit it.
Nathan was my best friend, and indeed he was my first best friend. Because we were roommates, we grew together and we bonded, and we shared a lot of secrets through the years. We also shared a lot of the same experiences associated with some loss that my parents experienced, some major financial grief that we went through. And I watched Nathan bloom as an artist, and it was quite a joy to see. Loved being able to help those that were dear to him. He hated watching people suffer, and because of that, I watched him pay for other people's medical bills, care for them, take them home from the hospital, make sure their pantries were full of the food they needed. I watched him, while on unemployment severance, support other people off of the money that he should be saving for himself. Nathan always wanted to be joked about how his favorite movie was The Last Starfighter. And if you're familiar with this, it's basically a video game guy. He beat a video game that was actually sent there as a test to find these sort of space fighter pilots. This alien recruiter showed up because he beat the game. He took off and saved the galaxy, basically. Nathan always wanted to be Alex Rogan, the protagonist in this story. While it wasn't as fantastic as the movie suggested, Nathan saved the world for a lot of people. He was Alex Rogan. He was a savior to a lot of people. Nathan, we love you.
Sir, we have an incoming message.
Let's hit it.
All right, Captain.
No longer will anyone create and imagine the what ifs and the what could be's in the same way that he did. I think the world mourns a bit more when it loses a creative soul, someone that creates and brings magic to the world in the way that he did, man, and he did. He was my creative pitchback. He inspired me to reach higher, creatively dig a little deeper, and form an unbreakable addiction to the creative process. And two, I'm just gonna miss him. His awkwardly genuine and unfiltered responses to things. Few people went from shadow to firework as brilliantly as Nate did. I will never be able to fill the hole that he left behind. But then again, that's the real problem of being one of a kind. In memory of our friend, our brother, our son, we are here in the depths of the Alpha Sector, at Heroes Gate, to bid a final goodbye to Nathan Abbott Temple. As it is tradition among those who spend a lifetime dreaming about the stars, to, as their final resting place, grant them an eternity of racing through the heavens. On my mark, engage.
All right, Captain.
I refuse to believe that this passing, his passing, at this time was in any way accidental. Its impact has already been felt and caused everyone in his family to take a deeper look at themselves. This forfeiture of his life may have been very well meant, that his brothers, and indeed even those he never met, to live on. This video I made for you, my brother, as a tribute to you. And if the impossible were a reality, give you the sort of cosmic send-off you would have wanted. To spread you and your life beyond a sea of waves. To return your matter from which it came, among the stars.